All right, a good Monday evening to you. I am WBAY First Alert Meteorologist. Oh, I got some sound turned on a computer here. Hold on. Let me mute things on one end here just so I'm not hearing myself at a little bit of a delay in my ear. Makes it a little bit not confusing, but distracting, I guess is a good term. All right, so here's what we're talking about. We've got the potential for a light wintry mix coming into the area on Tuesday morning. That's our next weather maker. I don't anticipate this to be a very widespread and heavy event. This is going to be something that's somewhat hit and miss in nature. Lots of cloud cover around. There could be some drizzle or light rainfall, and in some cases, temperatures will be down below freezing, and that is going to lead to the possibility. I wonder if that's what's going on. You toggle something off real quick. There we go. I've seen some things switching on my computer system here, and I want to make sure we are looking at what we're supposed to be looking at, and hopefully you're able to hear me just fine. This is a streaming event that we're going to try to do Monday through Friday during the evening around 9 o'clock every night, and there'll be some additional streams. Of course, Chief Meteorologist Steve Balon has been doing these in the morning pretty regularly, and we're starting up a midday one as well, just to kind of keep you more informed of the coming weather pattern, what's to be expected, not only for today, but into the extended as well. So you can catch this on all of our streaming services. So that's our CTV apps. You've got your regular mobile app for WBAY News. I've got the Facebook slate up here, so you can catch me on Facebook, David Ernst, WBAY Meteorologist. We also have this streaming on our main Facebook page, so if you have any questions, you can interact with me there, and I'll try to keep the feed up and keep an eye on any comments or questions that may come through. And just to keep you more informed about what's to go, we've also, if you're watching this on something that's not mobile, we do have the QR code there for the First Alert Weather app. It's a free app from WBAY that you can have on your mobile devices, and you get you can get live updates from the weather team when the situation calls for it. We're, like I said, starting to do these regular live streams more often, but certainly when there is adverse weather, especially severe weather in particular, we are able to live stream our coverage to the apps as well as the website and those other products. So just something to keep in mind as we get geared up here. Severe weather season is not quite upon us yet, but definitely starting to feel more like spring towards the end of this week. So we certainly will have that possibility coming our way in the coming months. As far as things go for tonight and into your Tuesday morning, again, I don't anticipate this to be a major event creating widespread problems, but certainly there could be some of us that are impacted by the potential for that wintry weather as we get into Tuesday morning. It would be a light mix of rain, snow, and in some cases, maybe nothing too steady coming down, but drizzle. And where that temperature is down below 32 degrees, that can create some problems if it persists for a while. So that would be the main concern, is that some untreated roads do turn a little slippery as we see some drizzle or a little light rainfall coming through. Now, the overall totals here that I'm thinking, a few hundredths of an inch for those of us that see it. So this is not an ice storm or something that's going to be knocking power out or downing power lines or anything of that magnitude. Rather, this would just be, again, more of that nuisance where you have to slow it down a little bit. There might be some icier stretches where things really you have to pay attention. But I don't anticipate that to be a widespread issue just because this will be so light and temperatures will be hovering around that freezing mark, 30 degrees or so, and not, well down into the 20s. And I don't expect things to be as widespread enough to create any big-time problems, but you always have to be on your guard when we're talking about temperatures below freezing and even a little bit of drizzle coming through. So clouds are filling in as we speak, and we will continue to see that cloud deck roll overhead and thicken through the night. Rain showers and some wintry mix there into Minnesota, Iowa. The bulk of anything steadier looks like it misses the Fox Valley and even around Lake Winnebago and down to the south. But we'll still see the possibility for a little bit of light precipitation here or there. So you need to be on your guard tomorrow morning. Give yourself a little extra time to get to where you need to go safely, and just in case you do encounter some of those slippery spots. So let's time this out with First Alert Pinpoint Predictor here and go through the night and into your day on Tuesday. And once we wrap up this potential for some wintry weather, it's rather spring-like for the rest of the extended. So clouds thickening up as predictor shows here. And notice as we go through that pre-dawn to daybreak time frame, just a real light mix, rain, and you see some pink in there where we could see some icing. But again, very light, a few hundredths of an inch, not a major winter storm, but enough that it could create some slippery travel here or there, especially just prior to that morning commute in terms of when there might be some steadier activity coming down. As we get into that 8, 9, 10 o'clock time frame, most of that activity should be pushing its way off of the Lake Michigan shoreline. We are then left with relatively cloudy skies for a time, but as we head into the afternoon, we will start to see those clouds breaking up, and that's a trend that likely does continue on into tomorrow evening and then tomorrow night and into Wednesday. I would expect a mostly sunny sky. Now, the temperature, check them right now. We will be dropping down to our lows here within the next couple of hours. The low should be around 30 degrees, and you'll notice that there are some lower 30s, even upper 20s there in Fond du Lac. As those clouds roll in and thicken up, temperatures will either hold steady or might even rise a couple of degrees prior to daybreak. So you might be at 28, 29 at midnight, and then at 7 o'clock in the morning, you're at 30 or 31. Not necessarily above freezing, but still a little milder than perhaps you are right now. We will then look for temperatures to push well into the 40s, which will be a nice warm-up compared to today. In fact, let me see if I can find my high temperature graphic in here, and we'll check what the highs did. Over the weekend, it was largely 20s, and then today should be mid-30s, but let's see if we can find the graphic in here, and we'll verify that one for sure. Well, it's got to be around somewhere. I don't have things toggled off and on in my show here. It's just all my graphics kind of loaded together, so sometimes it unfortunately can take me a quick minute to find exactly the graphic that I'm looking for here as I scan through. But I just want to pull up the high temperatures for today, and I may not even have that loaded into this particular show. So here, I'll pop myself on camera just so the screen doesn't freeze up on you. Just a little behind the scenes, we have a program here that it works a lot like PowerPoint, and you've got slides that are there that you can switch the arrangement of them. You can toggle certain things off, toggle certain things on, and I have a high temperatures graphic that I do show on the air, but I don't necessarily have that loaded in. It doesn't look like on my stream here. So that's what I am doing right now. And actually, wow, not too bad. I thought we were going to be a little cooler today. We actually did make it up to 40. So let me cut back over here now that I have found that graphic. And you see 40 degrees right on the dot for Green Bay, 43 Appleton, 42s for Oshkosh, Fond du Lac, mid-30s Lakeside, and mid to upper 30s there to the northwest of the Fox Valley. So all in all, not too bad of an afternoon. Normal high is 34, so we were above that for the most part. We will look for those temperatures to get warmer as we go through the extended forecast here. In fact, let's go ahead and, since we talked about tomorrow morning and into the afternoon with that potential for a little wintry mix, we'll take a look at the high temperature forecast here for tomorrow. And again, in most cases, we will be a couple degrees warmer than we were today. We'll be even warmer than that as we get into your Wednesday, a little backslide on Thursday before temperatures shoot into the 50s, it looks like, for the rest of the extended. So let's take a look at that extended temperature forecast here. We'll wrap this up here in the next couple minutes. I don't see any questions coming through on Facebook. So 46 there on Thursday after 51 on Wednesday, and then you see those mid-50s and above into the weekend. Now, that does come with some unsettled weather here. We'll take a quick look at that forecast and talk about our next likely bigger weather maker coming into the area. So we'll pick things up here on Thursday. There is going to be a storm system that largely misses us to the southeast, but it can be close enough that we do see a little bit of light rainfall, especially for areas south and east of Lake Winnebago. That'll be Thursday, developing late morning, early afternoon, and then ending by the evening. For Thursday night, it looks quiet, but heading into Friday, thicker clouds arrive, and I at least at this point, would expect this to be dry Friday morning, but by the afternoon, Rain showers are spreading in from the southwest, and we continue with those scattered rain showers then through the day on Friday, Friday night, and on into Saturday. Mild enough that it looks like even during the overnight hours when anything is falling in eastern Wisconsin and northeastern Wisconsin, it is in the form of rain showers. And then we might just see a little touch of wintry mix there late on Saturday as everything is winding down. But by and large, this looks like it will be mostly a rain event for us as opposed to anything else. And there could be some pretty heavy rain in the forecast. Let's take a look then at this is going to be a graphic from the Weather Prediction Center where we are looking at the rainfall from now for the next 7 days. So this would include the weekend and anything that would come in early next week. But for the most part, this would be a weekend event. So let me get that one called up here real quick. And this is a graphic that I have built relatively recently, so I don't have this one in my show either. The data for this, I had to download it from somewhere else. This doesn't come native to my weather system, so I actually bring this in and process it externally and then import it into the system. So what I want to point out is you see the swath of heavier rain from eastern Texas through Arkansas, Missouri, and then right into the Ohio River Valley. That's where the storm track is taking the bulk of the steady rainfall with the next couple of weather makers coming through. That would include tomorrow's system will largely take a southern track and contribute to the totals you're seeing there in the Ohio River Valley. And then Thursday, that system is taking a southern track. Friday and Saturday does look like we do get into some of the heavier rainfall, but there will be some additional activity to our south. So this is the next 7 days, and again, the bulk of this is coming in Friday and Saturday. And you'll notice that a lot of us around the Fox Valley, eastern Wisconsin, half an inch, 3/4 of an inch, maybe a little more than that. So a pretty efficient rain-making system, and that looks to be, for the most part, all of what we see would be rainfall. When you check out the extended temperature forecast here, that's how we'll go ahead and wrap it up. You'll notice that those temperatures are very mild, very spring-like towards the tail end of that extended. In fact, even though we are dealing with some rain showers there Friday and Saturday, Sunday, outside of a little bit of wind, looks absolutely like a gorgeous day. Mostly sunny skies, upper half of the 50s, so nice and warm compared to what we're typically like this time of year, which again, the average high temperature as we go into March is middle 30s building into the upper 30s. So if you're looking at 40s and 50s right now, you're certainly overperforming that. So that's what we're headed into this weekend. But before then, might have a little bit of light mix tomorrow morning, and then another chance for some light showers on Thursday before that bigger system arrives on Friday and Saturday. So we'll go ahead and wrap it up. We've got Action 2 News coming your way here at in about 45 minutes. We're at 9:17 right now. So we'll see you on Action 2 News at 10 o'clock. Hopefully we'll have a rundown of what we just discussed here, your latest weather, news, sports headlines, and of course, we will go over all of this again, but you probably saw it in a little more detail here than you will on Action 2 News, all things considered. I will have an update pushed out to the weather app here momentarily. Again, just recapping what we talked about, watching for that light mix tomorrow, and then generally spring-like temperatures. If you are out on the road early in the morning, take her easy and be safe, and we'll see you here on Action 2 News at 10, and if not, catch you tomorrow.